set to go. Tony Kubek steps in a hitting position. The Chicago White Sox, having regained the American League lead from Baltimore with a record of 16-10. The Yankees third, 13-10. Tony Kubek is booed immediately as he comes up, batting .313. Early Wynn into the windup. Around comes the right arm. The first pitch is high outside, ball one. Frank Crosetti coaching at third. Ralph Houck at first. There was some doubt for a while today as to whether this game would get underway. It rained considerably during the day. It's even foggy right now. Here's the next pitch. It's in there. Strike one, 1-1. Early Wynn, with a record of 272 Major League victories, 214 losses, 1-1 on the season, delivers to Kubek, who swings and fouls it off out of play back at third base. Count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is Wynn's 7th start. He was a 22-game winner last year for the White Sox, helping him to the pennant. He lost 10. The right-hander to the windup. Around comes the right arm, and the pitch to Kubek is swung on, looped out into right field, coming on fast, and making a catch, Al Smith. One away. Kubek lines out to Al Smith, who slipped a little bit on the grass, but made the catch. Mickey Mantle coming up, hitting .269. Early Wynn, in his 7th start, was knocked out by Kansas City in 4 1/3 innings in the first start of the year. He had a 9-2 lead. He did not get credit for the win, though the White Sox won it. Then he was knocked out by the Tigers in his next outing, and after 1 inning, and was charged with a defeat. Right now, he's into the windup. The pitch to Mantle is high for ball. He started against the Tigers on April 29th, went 3 2/3 innings, ran into a streak of wildness. The White Sox won, but he didn't get the win. At Baltimore, Ballman was charged with the loss in relief of Wynn on May the 4th, and at Boston, May 10th, he started the game. The pitch to Mickey, outside. Ballman lost that game at Boston, May the 10th, in relief of Wynn. But in his last start, May the 15th, he became the old Early Wynn. He went the distance against the Indians, pitched a 5-hitter, walked 4, struck out 4, and won the game 4-0. The 2-0 delivery to Mantle. Swung on, little roller, hit slowly down the first base line, grabbed by Kluszewski right at the bag for the out. Mantle grounds out, Kluszewski unassisted. 2 away, and here's Bob Cerv, batting .260 this season. He's had 20 for 77, scored 14 runs. He's had a double, a triple, 6 home runs, and 12 runs batted in. 2 men out in the first inning. Bob Cerv's wearing the number 17. Here's the pitch. High, ball one. Cerv gets a little dirt in his hand. Minoso in left, Landis in center, Smith in right. Outfield shaded a little toward left. Now the 1-0 pitch on its way to Big Bob. Outside for ball 2, 2-0. Esposito third, Aparicio short, Fox second, Kluszewski first, and Lollar catching. Early Wynn to the windup, and the pitch, curveball, lashed out into left center for a base hit. Landis up for the ball, puts his throw back into Aparicio, bounces by him over Fox's head, but Wynn is backing up. Cerv singles to left center. And now here is Yogi Berra, batting .322. Berra had 8 for 20 going into this week. And in the games in Cleveland, he was nothing for 6. So he drew 3 bases on balls. Wynn to the stretch with 2 down. Checks Bob Cerv leading off first. Now the delivery to Yogi. Right in there. Fastball. Strike 1. A 1 strike count on Yogi. 2 away. The outfield around toward right, center and right. Almost straight away left. Wynn's delivery. High for a ball. 1-1. They got a tempting situation out here. Anybody that hits the ball into the center field bleachers, the first one gets $10,000 from a local concern. It is about a 450 or 60-foot wallop straight away. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2. Yogi was flashing for the street. Not the bleachers straight away. He was trying to pull it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Indians and Red Sox scoreless at the end of 5 innings. Early Wynn, who was 3-2 against New York last year. 31-51, his lifetime record against New York team. Here's the pitch to Yogi, and it's outside. Ball 2. He almost went for the pitch that tailed off away from him. The pitch which Wynn delivers at about 3/4 speed. Turns it loose a little bit different than his regular fastball and sort of tails away from the left-hand hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wynn taking a lot of time. Now the right-hander is to the stretch. Cerv leads away from first. Kluszewski backs up. And the pitch to Yogi. Swung on, loose foul off third. Being chased by Esposito. The ball's out of play. Count remains 2-2. Yankees play here tomorrow afternoon. And our air time will be 1:25 Chicago time. 2:25 your time. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wynn into the stretch. Cerv leads away. 2 away and a 2-2 count on Yogi. Here's the pitch. High outside for ball 3. Bill Skowron on deck. A full count. Bob Cerv will be off and running with the pitch. Wynn to the stretch. Cerv with the lead. And Cerv steps back as Wynn steps off the rubber. Now Wynn's back on. Cerv leads away. Kluszewski backing up behind the runner now. There goes Cerv. The pitch is swung on. There's a drive into left field. Minoso goes over toward the line and makes the catch. Sides retired. Yogi hit one to the opposite field down the left field line about 335 feet. Minoso shaded to left center, raced over to make the catch. In the last half of the first inning, Luis Aparicio leads off. Nellie Fox on deck and Minnie Minoso to follow. Whitey Ford making his 5th start of the season, has won 1 and lost 1. Beat Baltimore 5-0 in his debut this year. Had to have some help for the last 2 innings. His next start, the Senators won it 5-4. He lost it. Went 7 1/3 innings. Detroit knocked him out after an inning on May 3rd. And his last start at Washington, Whitey went only 6 innings. The pitch to Aparicio swung on. It's a high pop-up. Richardson going out. Mantle coming in. Bobby still backtracking, calling for it. Makes the catch. 1 away. Maris and Mantle right behind him. Now here's Nelson Fox, the American League's most valuable player. Aparicio, who is just hitting .217, pops out to Richardson. Aparicio's had only 2 hits in his last 19 at bats. Fox is at 5 for 22 for 227 average, so he's hitting 264 on the season. McDougald shortens up at third. The outfield shading a little toward left, center and left, straightaway right. Ford to the windup, and the pitch to Fox. Low, ball one. Minnie Minoso on deck. Big gap in right center. Whitey Ford to the windup, and the pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Kubek to his left, up for the ball near second base. Throws to Skowron, and they're two away. Now Minnie Minoso, hitting 308 on the season, 22 runs batted in, leading the White Sox in that department. He's had 5 homers, stolen 2 bases. He's had 6 doubles and 5 homers and a 32-hit collection. In his last 19 charged at bats, he's had 5 hits for 263 average. Right-hand batter, Ford to the windup, 2 away, no score, first inning. The pitch is curved in there for a strike. 0-1. Outfield deep, shaded around toward left. McDougald deep, guarding the line. Kubek deep, shaded into the third base hole. Richardson deep, well over toward second. Skowron guarding the first base line. No score, first inning. Whitey Ford into the windup, and the pitch to Minoso is low, ball one, 1-1. Bill Beck, by way of exciting some of the fans, has an automatic plate duster and ball receptacle. The 1-1 pitch to Minoso, change up is swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. And then on the scoreboard, he's got some giant rockets, plus a Hammond organ within the scoreboard with revved up speakers. And when a member of the White Sox team hits a home run, sounds like D-Day. And if a member of any opposing team should hit one, the organ groans. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They also play baseball. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Ford to the windup. Round comes the left arm to pitch to Minnie. It's low, 2-2. The Yankees move on to Kansas City Sunday and Monday, and to Detroit next Tuesday and Wednesday, and back home on Thursday night, the 26th. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on, little roller in front of the plate, and Minnie may beat it. Yogi up the ball, throws to first, too late, and it's into right field. Minnie keeps going. He's on his way to second. He's grounding second on his way to third. Here's the throw, and he's into third base. Minoso topped the pitch. It rolled out in front of the plate onto the grass just a little bit to the left as you look toward the mound. The ball kept moving away, and Minnie, who's a real hustling ball player, kept digging. Yogi picked the ball up, swung around the throw, threw into the dirt. It pounded on by Skowron. It scored as a base hit for Minoso, and an error for Berra on the throw. There are 2 away, and the batter, Ted Kluszewski, hitting .333. He's had 6 for his last 17 for a .353 average. Minoso on third with 2 outs on an infield hit and an error. The pitch to Kluszewski, in there for a strike, 0-1. Sherm Lollar on deck. Boy, that Minnie really hustled. The throw, which got by Moose, rolled along the right field line and up against the barrier. at an angle that made it impossible for anybody to recover it quickly. Somebody hollers at White out of the Yankee dugout to watch Minoso. McDougald has to play back deep and wide because Kluszewski, while as a pull hitter, might go the other way. Minnie's a good base runner. The wind-up and the pitch outside. Scoreboard got 2-0. I thought he called the first pitch a strike. Seemed as if Hank went up with the right hand, but he might have just been grabbing his chest protector. Scoreboard has it 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the wind-up and the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Out of play back at third. Swung at a curveball and hit it right off the very end of the bat. Now, Thor holds up the hands to show it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we had followed him correctly, fortunately, and the scoreboard was wrong. Just so you won't think that that was meant in the wrong way, we sometimes do it the other way where we're wrong. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Minoso way up the line from third. The wind-up by Ford. Here's the pitch, and Kluszewski swings and sends a drive to deep left. Cerv digging back, still going, and he's got the ball for the out in deep left center, about 365 feet away. And the side's retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on. End of the first inning. The Yankees nothing, and the White Sox nothing. Now we look at the Valentine scoreboard. Boston and Cleveland scoreless at the end of 4.5 innings. Mom, Bouquet, and Grant the pitchers. Washington at Kansas City rained out. Baltimore at Detroit, it'll be Walker and Mossy. In the National League, time has been called at the end of the first inning of the game at Philadelphia with Los Angeles. Philadelphia leading 1-0 at the end of the first inning. It's Conley against the Padres. Cincinnati at St. Louis, O'Toole and Jackson. But time has been called in that game because of rain. Chicago, Milwaukee leading off in the second inning. Roger Maris on deck and Gil McDougald to follow. Early Wynn on the mound. The right-hander getting ready to pitch, and Skowron asks for time, steps out. Now we're set. Wynn into the windup and the pitch. Moose takes it high and inside for a ball. Skowron hitting .333, leading the club in runs batted in with 23. He's had 9 doubles and 5 homers and a 31-hit collection. The 1-0 pitch. Curve high and outside for a ball. Moose bluffed a bunt. He had Esposito back deep. Skowron, who came into this week with only 4 out of 20 for 200 average, had only 1 hit and 8 times at bat against Cleveland. The 2-0 delivery. Stover for strike. Casey has been concerned because of the general team slump in hitting, with the exception of Kubek and Howard and Berra. Here's the pitch. High, ball 3, 3-1. Those 3 had been doing fairly well up until this week. 3 balls, 1 strike. Outfield playing Moose deep straight away. Wynn to the windup and the 3-1 pitch to Skowron. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2. Full count. Balls, 2 strikes. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back onto the screen. Early Wynn's delivery is wide of the mark for ball 4, or outside, and Skowron walks. That brings up Roger Maris. Down to 333. He was way up in the 400s, but recently, Rod has dropped way off. He's only had 3 hits in his last 27 charge times at bat. Nothing for 7 this week. Early Wynn, with 272 Major League victories, is 15th on the all-time list of winners. Just 1 behind Red Ruffing, former Red Soxer and Yankee. Wynn to the stretch, checks to the runner the pitch, and it is swung on and missed, strike 1. Wynn has a chance this year to go ahead of Ruffing, of course, and he undoubtedly win 1 more game. He's a little ahead of Warren Spahn, who's pitching tonight. Over in Milwaukee, Spahn has a 269 total Major League total. Next pitch is over for a strike, 0-2. Fastball is tailed away from Maris. McDougald on deck. No balls, 2 strikes. No score, 2nd inning. Aparicio and Fox each at double play depth. Wynn into the stretch. Skowron with a short lead. Now the pitch. Change up is high outside, 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes on Maris. Fox hollers something over to Aparicio. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Roger Maris strikes out. 1 down, and Gil McDougald coming up, hitting 226. Max had 2 for 8 this week, but only 4 for his last 22. Kluszewski was going to play a step behind Skowron, but Wynn motioned to him to play on the bag with Skowron, with McDougald coming up, figuring that Gil wouldn't be hitting down the first baseline where he's going to pitch him. Could happen, but doesn't figure to. The right-hander to the stretch, and the pitch to Gil is in there for a strike. He bluffed a bunt to try and draw in Esposito. Sam is playing just a step or 2 beyond the bag at third. Aparicio and Fox have moved in 3 steps in the outfield grass. Early Wynn delivers, and McDougald takes the curve outside. Ball 1, 1-1. Outfield straight away. No score, 2nd inning. Baltimore got 2 runs in the first inning against Detroit. Tigers are batting in the last of the first. Wynn ready. And the pitch. Curveball outside, 2-1. Art Ditmar will pitch for New York tomorrow afternoon against Dick Donovan. Our air time is 2:25 your time. Two balls, 1 strike. Wynn into the stretch. Skowron moving off first. Not too big a lead. Now the pitch. It's in there. Strike 2, 2-2. So far, just used fastballs and curves and changing up on both. He can throw a knuckler and slider. The right-hander ready, delivers, and it's outside the ball 3, 3-2. Try to make Gil chase that pitch a little. Just a little outside. Full count on McDougald, 1 away. We'll watch Skowron to see if he's running. Kluszewski holding him on. Fox can't see Lollar's sign. Now he sees it. Wynn ready. The stretch. There goes Moose. The pitch is swung on and missed. 2 outs. The throw down, and Moose is trapped. Aparicio has the throw back to Kluszewski. Kluszewski chasing him, and Moose is running, and Moose is tagged out by Fox. A double play. McDougald strikes out, and Skowron is caught running. Lollar to Aparicio, to Kluszewski, to Fox. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of an inning and a half, the Yankees nothing, and the White Sox nothing.
To be quick, must be out to the light. With 2 out of over, precisely right. Lively gold and crystal clear, the Prince Free Record, found on Valentine's Day. Hey, catch the pulpit. Hey, catch your Valentine. Hey, catch your cocoa fish. Catch your eyes for Valentine's Day. Catch your eyes for Valentine's Day.
1460 on the radio dial is WOKO, Albany, New York. Sherm Lollar batting 5th in the order is first up. Al Smith on deck, and Jim Landis to follow. No score. Between the organ and the sound of a cobra, the hissing sound of a pneumatic operation of the automatic plate duster and ball receptacle. They occasionally play ball between sounds. We're all set to go. Whitey Ford to the windup. The pitch to Lollar. Swung on, bounced toward third. McDougald up with it. Flips on over to Skowron, and Mr. Lollar is retired third to first. Sherm, in his last 10 at-bats, would have 4 hits. Now coming up is Al Smith. Lollar is hitting .311 on the season. Smith .310 on the season. He's second on the club in runs batted in with 20. Minnie has 22. Smith has 4 doubles, a triple, and 3 homers and 31 hits. The pitch fastball's in there for a strike. He has had 7 hits in his last 19 times at bat for a current .368 average. That's a current, both AC and DC. Well, that's the kind of night it is. Humidity is high. Fog is thick. The pitch swung on, lined over first to right field for a base hit. Maris goes over, fields the ball near the line, and Smith is held up for the line single to right field. Boy, he really tied into that fastball of Ford that tails away from right-hand hitter, and he caught it. And just breaking away from him and lined it over Skowron's head. Now here's a fleet-footed Jim Landis hitting .227. He's had 2 for his last 11. He hit a 3-run homer in the 5-run 10th inning the White Sox had against the Yankees. In the only previous meeting this year between the two clubs at the stadium, a game the White Sox won in 10 innings, 8-3. Ford checks the runner of the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Yogi had to fall away to the right to grab that one. Baltimore leading Detroit 2-0, 10 of the first inning. One out. Smith on first. Landis at bat. Esposito on deck, and the White Sox fans start the hand clapping. McDougald shortened up at third. Check to the runner. Ford delivers. The pitch is outside. Ball 2. 2-0. Kubek and Richardson each in about 2 steps in the outfield grass at double play depth. Hard to double Landis. He's very fast. unless he hits the ball sharply to an infielder. Throw to first, and Smith is back. Outfield, playing Landis just about straight away. Ford into the sixth. Smith moves off first. They pitch. Ball 3. Curveball stays high. 3-0. Whitey to the stretch, and the 3-0 pitch. In there, strike one, 3-1. Tony Kubek coaching at third. Don Gutteridge at first. Cooch has had a look at the skipper, Al Lopez, and flashed the sign on to Landis. Al Smith, of course, has it, and we'll watch to see whether he's moving or playing it safely. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The stretch by Ford. Smith with the lead. He's playing it safely. The pitch is lined foul down the left field line, out of play. Strike 2. Full count. Into that, we got too far out in front on it, rolled it too much. You know, it's hard to see the outfielders. There's fog hanging over this field. There goes the runner. The pitch is high and inside. Ball 4. Landis walks. And now here's Sam Esposito coming up. A Chicago boy who, while hitting 192, 5 for 26, has been doing well of late. Esposito bats him right-handed. Smith on second, Landis on first, and 1 out in the second inning. Esposito at bat, a right-hand hitter. Early Wynn, pretty good hitting pitcher to follow. Ford's delivery, curve inside, ball 1. One ball, no strike. Outfield straight away. Maris not too deep in right. Cerv comes in a little in left. Smith leads off second, Landis off first. Moose breaks over to first, the throw, and they almost had him. Landis dives back into the bag. 1 ball, no strike. Runners lead away once more. Ford delivers. Esposito takes it, low and inside. Ball 2, 2-0. With 1 away, Smith singles, Landis walks, and now Esposito is ahead on the count. 2 balls, no strike. Ford taking his time, turns around his back to the plate. Now he moves up on the rubber into pitching position. Studies Yogi's sign. Smith leads off second, Landis off first. The stretch. And the pitch. It's in there, strike 1, 2-1. The runners lead away from first and second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded toward McDougald. He's up with it. Throws over to second for 1. Back to first. Safe. No double play. Esposito beats the throw. Smith moving to third. And the force out at second. McDougald to Richardson. And I'll tell you, they just barely got Landis. They almost beat the play both ways. As it was, they beat it at first. And now here's Early Wynn coming up. Early Wynn. Good hitting pitcher. 2 for 9. With hitter batting right-handed against Whitey Ford. Al Smith on third. Sam Esposito on first. Whitey asks for time, wants to talk to Yogi. which gives me a chance to point out that on the ball hit by Esposito, it wasn't a sharply hit ball. It's about three-quarter speed, if I can put it in those terms, going toward third. It seems as McDougald was trying to decide whether he had a chance in getting the ball, run over, step on third, and then throw to first. And the hesitation cost him double play. Now we're ready. They pitch to Wynn. Outside, ball one. Missed on third, Esposito on first. Judridge goes over to say something now to Esposito. He didn't look for anything, a possible double steal. That is unlikely, but is possible. Now the stretch. Runners lead away from first and third. And the pitch. Swung on a ground ball, hit out towards second. Up with it is Richardson. Throws on to Skowron. Wynn is retired, and so are the White Sox. No runs. One hit. No errors, and two left on. At the end of 2 innings, no score. The Yankees, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on. Chicago, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on. Ah, yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow, May 21st, is a big day. It's Armed Forces Day. The men and women of our armed forces invite you to be their guests at your nearest armed forces installation. Bring the family. It'll be interesting and lots of fun. Right now, we're going to pause. 10 seconds. Oh, for station identification.
1460 on the radio dial, WOKO, Albany, New York. 18 minutes before 10, 68 degrees.
Valentine scoreboard. Boston-Cleveland scoreless end of 6 innings. Mo Bouquet for Boston. Now to the 3rd inning in Chicago. Bobby Richardson up. No score. Wynn's pitch is over. Strike 1. Bobby Richardson hitting .235. He had 3 for 8 this week. The pitch is high. Ball 1. 1-1. Smith in right field playing straight away, giving Richardson a lot of right center. Landis shaded a little to left center. Minoso straight away left. The 1-1 pitch to Bobby Richardson. Low outside, ball 2. 2-1. Yanks nothing, White Sox nothing. It's the 3rd inning. The Yankees will be back at Yankee Stadium next Thursday night, the 26th of May, with Paul Richards high-riding Baltimore Orioles. And next Friday afternoon, 27th. Early Wynn 2-1 pitch to Bobby Richardson. Swung on, lined out to left. Minoso coming fast and makes the catch. He had to back up. He started in. The ball kept rising on him, and then he had to stop and go back. One away, and now Whitey Ford. On Saturday, the 28th, there will be a Saturday night game at Yankee Stadium. The only Saturday night game of the year. There will also be a ladies' night. And the only ladies' night game of the year, Saturday night, the 28th. Sunday, the 29th, Washington will be there, and also for the Decoration Day doubleheader on the 30th. With home run hitting Jim Lemon and Bob Allison, and of course, one of the great pitchers today in the game, Camilo Pascual. Whitey Ford looked at a high fastball, and the count is 1-0. Whitey's had 1 for 7. Early Wynn, one of the all-time great winners, 15th on the list, delivers to Whitey over for a strike. He figures to what he has a chance tonight to tie a roughing for number 14, and of course figures passing this year. The 1-1 delivery to Ford is outside and high, ball 2, 2-1. Wynn won the Cy Young Memorial Award last year's baseball's outstanding pitcher. The 2-1 delivery to Ford. High, ball 3, 3-1. He won more games last year than anybody in the majors with 22. The 3-1 pitch to Ford. In there, strike 2. Full count. His 23rd year. Started out, that is in the majors, started out with Washington in 1941. 23rd year in organized ball. The pitch is outside for ball 4. Whitey Ford draws a walk with 1 out in the 3rd inning. This is his 23rd year in organized ball. He started in 1937. Got to the majors in 1939, appearing in 3 games with Washington. He didn't get back to Washington until 1941, part of the season. 1942 to state. Tony Kubek lined out to Al Smith in right field in the 1st inning. Left-hand hitter. 1 on and 1 out. No score, 3rd inning. Early Wynn's delivery. High outside, ball 1. Wynn's been a 20-game winner or better on 5 different occasions. Ready for the 1-0 pitch to Kubek. Tony swings and loops it into short left field. Minnie comes fast, and he can't get it. The base hit. Whitey Ford stops at second. Aparicio went out, and Minoso in. A Texas League single to left for Tony Kubek. And 1 out, 2 on. Mickey Mantle up, and Bob Cerv on deck. Mantle grounded out in the 1st inning to Kluszewski. Taking his time. Right-hander ready, 2 on and 1 out in the 3rd inning, no score. Pitch to Mantle, swung on and missed, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Ford on second. Tony Kubek on first. Early Wynn to the stretch. Runners lead away from 1st and 2nd. And the pitch to Mantle. Inside and high. Ball 1. 1-1. Strike. Ford leads off second, Kubek off first. 1 away, no score in the 3rd inning. Early Wynn. A 1-2 count on Mantle. Early Wynn ahead of him. Wynn taking a lot of time, kicking the dirt around out some of the rubber. Now he's all set to work. Ford on second and Kubek on first. Wynn to the set. Checks the runners. Here's the pitch, and Mantle takes it high. Ball 2. He just checked his swing in time. Mantle is more of a low ball hitter batting left-handed, more of a high ball hitter batting right-handed. Naturally, batting left-handed, they throw him, when they throw him fastballs, you get him up. You curve him low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ford moves off second and Kubek off first. Early Wynn set. And the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball into deep right center. Ford goes to second to tag. Landis under the ball, makes the catch. Whitey bluffs the dash to third and gets back to second. The throw went into Aparicio. Mantle hit a high drive to deep right center field for the second out. The ball went way up in the air. It looks as if Landis gets back, wait for it to come down. Seems to hang up there. Now here's Bob Cerv, 2 on and 2 out. Cerv had the only hit-off win. A single to left center in the first inning. Ford on second and Kubek on first with 2 down in the third. You know, each team has had somebody aboard in each half inning so far. The pitch to Bob is outside, ball 1. Wynn to the stretch once more. The runners lead away from first and second. The pitch to Cerv is high, ball 2, 2-0. No strikes. Ford moves off second. Kubek off first. 2 away. The pitch to Cerv. High, ball 3, 3-0. Cerv takes a look now at Kluszewski to see whether he's got a green light or not. Cerv has had going into this game, 7 for 19. The last 19 charges at bat for a 368 average. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 on and 2 out. Wynn to the stretch. Now look around, the pitch. In there, strike 1, bring 1. This is a spot where a hitter, a hit on the count, figures you might get a good pitch, but with a guy like Wynn pitching, he might make you chase. The 3-1 pitch swung on and popped up in the air to the right of the plate. Lollar digs over toward the stand, can't get it, out of play. Strike 2. Full count. Wynn gave him that big motion and he pulled the string on him a little from a change-up fighter, almost seemed to me. Change the pace, anyway. A full count on Bob Cerv with 2 away in the third inning. Whitey Ford on second base, Tony Kubek on first. They'll be off and running with the pitch. Yankees nothing, White Sox nothing. The right-hander to the stretch. Ford moves off second, Kubek off first. There they go. The pitch swung on lines in the right center for a base hit. Ford round third, comes in to score. Around second goes Kubek as Landis crosses into Aparicio, and it is 1-0 New York. Bob Cerv getting the second hit-off win. He's 2 for 2. And it's 1-0 New York. Cerv's been the only Yankee getting a hit. Now Yogi Berra, who's flying to left field in the first inning, steps up. Bob Cerv credited with his 13th run batted in. Kubek on third, Cerv on first. And Berra the batter. Yogi asks for time, then steps back in. Wynn to the stretch. Now the pitch. Yogi swings and pops it high into the air. Nellie Fox goes out on the grass in short right near the line and makes the catch, and the sides retire. 1 run, 2 hits. I said a moment ago, Cerv is the only one to get any hits tonight. Kubek, of course, singled in the inning. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors. And 2 left on. Down to 2.5 innings. The Yankees won, and the White Sox, nothing. You know, if someone asks you for an opinion of your neighborhood tavern, I wonder if it goes something like this. Well, it's a place I like to go to whenever I want to meet a few friends, find good conversation, and enjoy a few laughs. I kind of think that's somewhat of a... Last half of the 3rd inning, it'll be Aparicio, Fox, and Minoso. The White Sox will be back at Yankee Stadium early June. That'll be quite a series. A 4-game series with 2 night games on tap. So just remember those dates. June 6th and 8th, Monday and Wednesday night. 2 night games with the White Sox, and afternoon games on Tuesday and Thursday, the 7th and 9th. Luis Aparicio leading off. It's the last of the 3rd. Following the White Sox to be a big weekend series of the Indians. Friday night the 10th, Saturday afternoon the 11th, the Ladies' Day, and a Sunday doubleheader the 12th. The previous weekend, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the Red Sox. The pitch to Aparicio swung on to high pop-up into short left. Kubek out along the left field line, and drops the ball, and Aparicio reaches second. Tony Kubek is charged with a 2-base error on a pop-up along the left field line. Thus, Aparicio reaches second with nobody out. And here's Nellie Fox with Minoso on deck and Kluszewski to follow. Luis Aparicio, who is hitting .217 going into the game tonight, and who had popped out to Richardson, gets 2 bases on Kubek's muff of his pop-up. 1-0 New York, 3rd inning, nobody out. 4 to the stretch. They pitch to Fox, swung on, grounded foul down the first baseline. Strike 1.
.1460 on the radio dial, WOKO, Albany, New York. Time now 10 o'clock, temperature 68 degrees.
Aparicio on second with nobody out. McDougald has to play in close for Fox. And we'll have to watch Aparicio. Here's the pitch. It's low outside, almost a wild pitch. Ball on 1-1. A 1-1 count. Fox grounded out Kubek in the first inning. Forward into the stretch, Aparicio with his lead. Now the delivery. Fox swings and lines with the Kubek. Aparicio reaches back to second base. Fox lines out to Kubek. 1 down, and here's Minnie Minoso, who beat out a roller in front of the plate and raced on to third, and Berra threw wildly past first base. digs in with Aparicio on second, and one out. McDougald now is back deeper than he was for Fox, but he's just about even with the bag, maybe a step beyond. Forward to the stretch, Aparicio leading away from second. The throw to second, Aparicio's back. Into the stretch, Aparicio with his lead, and the pitch to Minnie. Swung on, hit to the box. Aparicio holds second. Ford throws to Skowron, and they're two away. That leaves it up to Big Clue, who flies to left field in the first inning. Berra out talking to Ford. And now, the way the event staff developed, if Aparicio should score, Aparicio, or any further runs, as far as Ford's pitching record, they would be classified as unearned. You know, that's something I wish you'd just leave out of all discussion and printing. Just leave it for the record, because it's all part of the game. It only has to do with the pitcher's earned run average. Aparicio leads off second. The pitch to Cruz. Swung on a drive deep to right field. They go all the way. Going, it's gone. And the Rockets, they go off here now. There go the Rockets. Fireworks light up, and there goes the noise. Two to one, Chicago. Still going off. The game will be continued shortly. Here now is Sherm Lollar. Ted Kluszewski getting his first home run of the year. 6 runs batted in. Now Sherm Lollar steps up. He grounded the third in the second inning. 2-1 Chicago. Forward to the windup, and the pitch to Lollar. Outside, ball one. The fans, first time I think that they have seen the Rockets go off at night. Once before this year, but a lot of them who were here tonight weren't here then. The delivery in there for a strike, 1-1. I won't even attempt to describe what happened, but the scoreboard it lights up all around the rim with all the colors and the rainbow. Then they've got rocket like, they're shaped like bats up on top of the scoreboard. Here's the pitch, swung on and foul back. And shooting through the rockets are the fireworks that burst, up over the field after they shot off there. You ever play one of those pinball machines and you hit, and you hit the thing and all the lights go on and bells ring and smoke holler and all that thing. The only thing, that was no spill. Now the 1-2 pitch. High and inside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-1 Chicago. The 2-2 delivery on its way. Into the dirt, ball 3, 3-2. Whitey Ford giving up a 2-out home run to Ted Kluszewski, scoring Aparicio ahead of him. Three hits off Whitey, one in each of the first 3 innings. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate, out of play. The Indians lead the Red Sox 2-0 now at the end of 7 innings. Baltimore leading Detroit 2-0. End of 3 innings. Washington, Kansas City rained out. Philadelphia 1, Los Angeles nothing. Going into the second inning. Rain's been holding up play there. Here's the pitch to Lollar. Swings and misses. Strike 3. The side is retired. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and no one left on. At the end of 3 innings, the White Sox 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. The Yankees 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 3 men left on base. I hope you folks are enjoying the game with some Valentine beer. The light beer with 2 lager flavors. Everybody, we get ready to go here in the top of the 4th inning. The White Sox leading 2-1. Bill Skowron will walk in the 2nd inning Nevada. Early Wynn out on the mound. The windup, the pitch is hit foul down the third base line, strike 1. And right through for Setty's leg. That's the Crow's first error of the year, coaching at third base. Skowron the batter. Roger Maris on deck. 1 strike on the Moose. Knuckleball hit on the ground to the right side. Nellie Fox up with the ball. Over to Kluszewski. It's 1 away. Here's Roger Maris, who struck out in the 2nd inning. Raj has been in quite a slump. He's been uppercutting the ball. He doesn't have that level swing that he had at the beginning of the year. You know, you get into those slumps and for the life of you can't figure out what you're doing or why you're doing it. Those things come and go. All right, here's the windup by Early Wynn. The pitch is high for a ball. On deck, Gil McDougald. This morning, we had quite a fog here in Chicago. And then it rained about 5:30, and the infield is quite wet. The outfield is very wet. The pitch to Maris is high outside, ball 2, 2-0. And they're having quite a bit of rain around the rest of the country. Right up in Milwaukee, which is just about 100 miles from here, the game is held up for quite some time because of rain. Curve high, ball 3, 3-0. Here's the 3-0 delivery. Strike call. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Full house here tonight at Comiskey Park. The White Sox fans love to come out and see the Yankees. See them get beat, of course, with what hometown fans do. There's a swing and a miss at a curveball. Strike 2. 3-2 to count. Ready now for the payoff pitch to Maris. There it is, and it's strike 3 swing. The third strikeout for Early Wynn, and the second time Maris has gone down on strike. And here's Gil McDougald, who struck out in the 2nd inning. 2 outs.
Nobody on. The pitch to McDougald is a curve high, ball one. White Sox lead 2-1. As Ted Kluszewski hit a 2-run homer. Deep into the right field seesaw of Whitey Ford. Yankees scored in the top of the third, and the White Sox came back with 2 in the bottom of the third. Another curve. This one's over. Strike one, 1-1. White Sox have yet to lose here at Comiskey Park this year. They've won all 8 games played in their home park. Outfield straight away on Gil. Another curve. This one outside. Ball 2-1. Wynn seems to be throwing more breaking stuff tonight than he usually does against the Yankees. Foul on the right field line. Smith chasing it, but it's going back into the stands, out of play. White Sox have Minoso in left, Landis in center, and Smith in right. Sammy Esposito is the third baseman. Aparicio at short, Fox at second, Kluszewski at first, Lollar catching, and Early Wynn out on the mound. The 2-2 pitch. Curve foul on the third base line. Dan gives the steady a hand fielding that slow hit ball. Now the 2-2 pitch again is high, ball 3. Full count on McDougald. The payoff pitch to Gil. A slow hit ball on the third base line. If that doesn't roll foul, it's a base hit, and it's a base hit for McDougald. As Esposito could do nothing about it, playing deep with 3-2 on Gil. McDougald top one slowly down the third base line. It hugged the foul line all the way down and stayed there. Infield single for McDougald. That's the fourth hit off Wynn. 2 out. Here's Bobby Richardson, who lined the left field in the third inning. Kluszewski holding first against McDougald. White Sox lead 2-1 here in the top of the fourth. Here's a stretch by Wynn. Pitch to Richardson is lined to right field for a base hit. Al Smith up with him. McDougald's around second, trying for third. The throw comes in, and Gil slides in there. And Gil pulled a good decoy on Al Smith. He got to second, he kind of slowed down a little bit. So Smith nonchalanted the ball, and then Gil put on his speed and easily slid in the third ahead of the throw. As Richardson lines a single to right. 5 hits off Wynn, and the batter is Whitey Ford. He stopped to rub some mud off the top end of his bat. Whitey walked in the third inning. And now the outfield comes way in. Minoso in left, Landis in center, and Smith in right are playing very shallow. Whitey, who bats left-handed, chokes up on the bat. It's more of a line drive type hitter. Richardson leading off first, McDougald off third. Here's the stretch. The pitch to Whitey is in there for a strike, a curveball. Knocking the mud out of his spike. It's very wet walking from the Yankee dugout up to home plate. Again, the stretch by Wynn. The pitch is high, ball 1, 1-1. Didn't rain long here in Chicago, but it rained hard for the time it did come down tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ford. McDougald at third. Richardson at first. Kluszewski is holding the bag against Richardson. Wynn sets himself, checks the runners. Pitch is outside, ball 2, 2-1. The count. Pitch to Ford is high, ball 3, 3-1. 2 men are out here in the top of the fourth. On deck is Tony Kubek. And Early Wynn is not happy out on the mound. He doesn't want to walk Ford and pitch to Kubek with the bases loaded. Here's the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Swung at him, missed strike 2, and Whitey got the green light. As Casey Stengel figured that Wynn would just try and throw the ball over, not wanting to walk Ford. That's exactly what happened, but Whitey swung a little too hard, missed the pitch. And it's a full count. 3-2. There are 2 outs, so Richardson will be going with the pitch. And Suzuki is now moved in back of the runner at first base. McDougald is at third. 2-1, the White Sox lead. We're in the top of the fourth. Early Wynn goes into his stretch position. The pitch is low, ball 4, and Ford walks for the second time. And that's the third walk given up by Wynn. The bases are loaded with Ford at first, Richardson at second, McDougald at third, and here's Tony Kubek, who fly to right and single to left. With the White Sox leading 2-1 in the top of the fourth inning. On deck, Mickey Mantle. Early Wynn will now pitch with his full windup. Is called as Sherm Lollar goes out to the mound to talk with Wynn. Yankees scored in the top of the third inning, but the White Sox came back with 2 in the bottom of the third on a 2-run homer by Kluszewski. Yankees are threatening now with 3 men on, 2 out, and Kubek's the batter. Whitey Ford with his jacket on at third base. Here's the first pitch to Kubek. It's popped in the air to short right field. Nellie Fox moving over. Kluszewski under it now, and Kluszewski makes the catch in foul territory for the third out. So for the Yankees in the top of the fourth, no runs, 2 base hits. No White Sox. There is 3 men left to score at the end of 3.5 innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1. Inning, now Smith will lead off. Smitty single to right field in the second inning. 2-1, the White Sox lead. Here's Ford's first pitch is high inside, ball one. Smith, the right hand hitting right fielder, tilts up in the bat a little bit. Slow curve hit. Pass Kubek into center field. Smith gets his second base hit of the game. And that's hit number 4. So Al Smith is having a year like he did for Cleveland in 1955 when he finished with a 306 batting average. Here's Jim Landis. Landis walks in the second inning. Skowron holds first against Smitty. McDougald's in at third. Stretch by Ford. The pitch is fouled back out of play. Full house here tonight at Comiskey Park. Yankees have Bob Cerv playing his first game since being acquired from Kansas City in left field. Mantle in center. Larison right. The pitch is bunted out, missed, strike two. Ford was charging in on the mound and Skowron in from first. McDougald came in a couple of steps to the bench stop when he saw Landis miss the ball. 0-2 on Jim Landis. On deck, Sammy Esposito. Here's the stretch by Ford. Ball popped in the air. Right by the plate, Yogi Berra moving under it. Makes the catch. In foul territory. Landis fouls out to Yogi, and it brings up Sammy Esposito, who bounced to third in the second inning. Sammy's a local boy. Born in Chicago. White Sox are leading 2-1. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Esposito's fifth full year with the White Sox, and he can play any position in the infield. Pitch Esposito is inside, ball one. Skowron holding first against Smith with one out. Tony Kubek coaching at third. Don Gutteridge down at first for the White Sox. Pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Time is called as Al Smith is talking with first base coach Don Gutteridge. Now they're ready. It's always good to check with the coach. Then you won't miss the hit and run or the possible steal sign. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The stretch. Pitch is low, ball 2. Yogi bluffs the throw down to first base. 2-1 the count. The curve hit on the ground to the shortstop. Kubek to Richardson for one. Back to first. Double play. Boy, Al Smith slid about 10 feet past second base on the wet ground. A double play short to second to first. For the White Sox in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, 1 hit. The Yankee errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 4 full innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1. Dodgers 2-0. Dodgers against Conley. Cardinals lead Cincinnati 1-0 at the end of an inning and a half. O'Toole against Jackson. Still raining in Milwaukee. Chicago and Milwaukee. And Pittsburgh leads the Giants 3-1 at the end of 7. Jones against Pace. Pace has come on in the 8th inning for the Pirates. Here's Mickey Mantle, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Bounced to first, fly to center. White Sox 2. Yankees 1, top of the 5th. Early Wynn out on the mound. Pitch to Mantle is hit on the ground to first base. Kluszewski up with it. Flips to Wynn covering. In time to get Mickey by a step. Early Wynn got off that mound in a hurry. They know when Mantle gets back, you got to move fast. And here's Bob Cerv, who certainly has broken in with a bang. A bang as loud as the scoreboard here at Comiskey Park. He's been up twice since being called up from Kansas City and has singled twice on a line to center field. He has driven in the only run for the Yankees. 2 for 2 for Cerv, and he has now hit in 6 consecutive ball games. 5 with Kansas City, and here tonight with the Yankees against the White Sox at Comiskey Park.
You are tuned to 1460. This is WOKO, Albany. 10:30.
1 out, nobody on. Pitch to Cerv is over for a called strike. We had a lot of fog here in Chicago this morning, and it looks like one is rolling in one right now. It's coming in right at the top of the roof here at Comiskey Park. Pitch to Cerv, curve, outside, ball 1-1-1. Yogi Berra on deck. Pitch to Cerv is hit on the ground at second base. Fox up with it. Over to Kluszewski, and it's 2 away. 2 out, and here's Berra. Yogi, fly to left, pop to second base. Early Wynn pitching to Yogi Berra. And I wonder how many times these two have faced each other. Each time it's a challenge for the pitcher and for the batter. The pitch to Yogi is hit on the ground at first base. Kluszewski up with it and races to the bag for the unassisted putout. And Wynn retires the Yankees in order for the first time in the ball game. Nothing across the score at the end of 4.5 innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1. They really have a ball here at Comiskey Park. My scoreboard stands out for sure. But you know, friends, when it's up...
Listen to it again. It's a sound you seldom hear, but one that's mighty important to your car. The sound of a lube gun at work. With every beat, heavy-duty protective grease is fed into vital chassis and engine parts. With so many makes and models of cars today, the trick is to know where all the fittings are. That's why Atlantic dealers from New England to Florida are briefed regularly on the latest lubrication requirements for all cars. An Atlantic Safety Service lubrication is a thorough lubrication, covering all the important parts of your car. And you get special bonus features, too, like spraying battery terminals to prevent corrosion, and being ash-sprays, heating upholstery and floor mats, and more, all at no extra cost. See your Atlantic dealer for a real bonus value. Get an Atlantic Safety Service lubrication.
Waiting for Early Wynn to make his appearance out of the White Sox dugout, and here he comes. He'll be leading off against Whitey Ford in the bottom of the 5th. To second base in the second inning. First pitch to win is a curve, a little low, ball one. Early's one of the better hitting pitchers in the big league. Switch hitter at that. Curve over, strike one, 1-1. Started with Washington way back in 1939. 1-1 pitch. Strike two called. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Hit in the air to right field. Roger Maris moving back under it. And now comes in and makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. That brings up Luis Aparicio, who popped a second and then reached on an error and scored ahead of Kluszewski's first home of the year. Sign goes up on the scoreboard. 6 stolen bases by Aparicio as he leads the American League in that department, which is nothing new. Pitch Aparicio low inside, ball one. Oh, what a pair of hands this kid's got and an arm to go with it. Born in Maracaibo, Venezuela. 5'8", only 155 pounds, but he can fly. Slow curve over for a called strike, 1-1. Aparicio got a lot of votes for the most valuable player last year. He was second to his teammate Nellie Fox, who was the most valuable player. Fastball low, ball 2, 2-1. This is his 5th year with the White Sox, and he has led the American League in stolen bases every year that he's been in the American League. The 2-1 pitch is popped down the right field line. Skowron, Richardson, and Maris chase it because it's backed into the seats out of play. 2-2 on Aparicio. Aparicio just 26 years old. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. White Sox lead 2-1, bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch, curve way inside, ball 3, 3-2. On deck, Nellie Fox. Matter of fact, both Aparicio and Fox have been in a batting slump, but it hasn't bothered their play of field. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball hit deep to left field. Cerv going back, way back, and he makes the catch right against the left field fence. Boy, Aparicio put the wood to that one. He sent Bob Cerv right against the fence in left field. Bob hauled it down. That's 2 outs. And here's Nellie Fox. Nellie's 0 for 2. Bounced to short and lined to short. Little left-hand hitter stands deep in the box. Pitch is hit on the ground at first base. Skowron up with it for the unassisted putout. So Ford sets the White Sox down 1-2-3, nothing across. At the end of 5 full innings, the White Sox have 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Yankees 1 run on 5 hits and 2 errors. Well, Chicago playing this champion Chicago White Sox team. The only other game the White Sox played against the Yankees, they won it in the stadium in extra innings. New fans won't forget that game for a long, long time. But they'll be back at Yankee Stadium during the early June homestand, and what a series that should be. The White Sox and the Yankees will meet in New York in a 4-game series with 2 night games on tap. Well, listen, tickets are moving very fast for this set, so we suggest you get yours as soon as possible. Now, here are the dates, and you better mark them down because they are big games. Chicago's at Yankee Stadium on Monday night, June the 6th, Tuesday afternoon the 7th, Wednesday night, June the 8th, and Thursday afternoon, June the 9th. We take a look at the scoreboard, and in the American League, Cleveland has shut out Boston 2-0. As Jim Mudcat Grant combined with Dick Stigman to pitch a 3-hitter against the Red Sox. Monboquette and Hillman pitched a 5-hitter against Cleveland, but Cleveland scored 2 in the 7th to win it 2-0. Washington and Kansas City was postponed because of rain. Baltimore leads Detroit 3-1 at the end of 5.5. Walker against Marcy. The National League, the Phillies lead the Dodgers 2-0 at the end of 3.5. Hodges against Connolly. Cardinals lead Cincinnati 1-0 at the end of 2.5. O'Toole against Jackson. Still raining in Milwaukee. And the Giants have tied up the game against Pittsburgh 3-3. Playing the bottom of the 9th. Odell against base. McCovey homered in the 9th for his 9th home of the year to tie it up. Here's Bill Skowron, who walked and bounced to second base. 2-1, the White Sox lead, top of the 6th. Pitch to Moose. Curve fouled down the first baseline, strike 1. Oh, and right now, let's pause for station identification.
.60 on the radio dial is the WOKO, Albany. 19 minutes before 11.
One strike on Skowron. Big windup by Early Wynn. Knuckleball as high as Moose started to bunt at the ball. 1-1. Can't blame Skowron. Those third basemen play him in short left field. And he wants to get him in a little bit so he can drive one past him. But he doesn't bluff Esposito. Sammy's still playing deep at third. The pitch is a curve popped in the air. Aparicio, the shortstop, moving back into left field. In fair territory, makes the catch for the first out. Skowron pops to the shortstop. One away, here's Roger Maris. And Raj been up twice, struck out swinging both times. On deck, Gil McDougald. First pitch to Maris is high outside for a ball. Pitch to Maris is swung and missed, strike 1. He went after an outside curveball, didn't get it. Yankees and the White Sox meet again tomorrow afternoon here at Comiskey Park. 2:25 p.m. New York time. We'll be on the air. Curve is fouled as he tries to check his swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chicago is an hour behind New York time. Is a ground ball hit to the left of the mound. Win up with it. Flips underhanded to Kluszewski for the out. And again, Maris tried to check his swing. But the breaking ball hit his bat and rolled just to the left of Early Wynn for an easy out. That's 2 out. Here's Gil McDougald. Gil struck out and then beat out an infield single. 1 for 2 for McDougald. On deck, Bobby Richardson. 2-1, the White Sox lead. We're in the top of the 6th inning. takes a curve low outside for a ball. Another curve is outside and low, ball 2, 2-0. 3:52 down the left field and right field line. And 4:15 in dead center here at Comiskey Park. 375 in left center and right center. Got to really hit one here for a home run. There's a curve low outside, ball 3, 3-0. Thrown 3 straight curveballs to McDougald and missed low outside each time. The 3-0 pitch. Strike call. Fastball that time, right down the middle. Curve is hit on a ground pass. Kluszewski out to right field. And boy, you could see McDougald wait for that overhand curveball and just go with it to the opposite field. Gil strokes a single in the right field. Hit number 6 off Wynn. And here's Bobby Richardson, who lined the left field and then singled the right field. 2 outs. Kluszewski holding first against McDougald. Wynn pitching from the stretch position. Pitch is a curve outside, ball 1. Again, the stretch by Wynn. Looks at McDougald leading off first. Pitch is fouled as Richardson tries to check a swing. 1-1. Early Wynn had a rough time of it at the beginning of the year. He had pitched and started 5 games without a win. Finally, in his 6th start, pitched a shutout for his first win of the year. 1-1 on Richardson. Wynn stretches and steps off the mound. Sets again. Pitch is popped in the air to short left field. Minoso digging in and under it now. Makes the catch. For the Yankees in the top of the 6th. No runs. 1 hit. No White Sox errors and 1 man left. Score at the end of 5 1/2 innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
When you hear the crack of a bat against the ball, you know it's spring again. And that means it's time to get your car ready for the fun of warm weather driving. What's the best way to do it? Why, by driving into your Atlantic dealer. He'll make sure your car is in top shape. And while you're there, try Atlantic Imperial Gasoline. The gasoline that can eliminate engine knock at all driving speeds. Yes, sir, dependable Atlantic service and Imperial Gasoline keep your car on the go. The Yankees' Western Tour continues tomorrow with an afternoon game against the White Sox. And the Yankees move into Kansas City for games on Sunday and Monday afternoon. Winding the tour up with games in Detroit, Tuesday and Wednesday, and returning to Yankee Stadium next Thursday. A big weekend on tap at the stadium, capped by the Memorial Day doubleheader against the Washington Senators at Yankee Stadium. That'll be the first doubleheader of the season. All right, we're set now to move into the bottom of inning number 6 with the White Sox leading in the ball game 2-1.
Whitey Ford checking the sign from Yogi Berra out on the mound. to Minnie. Slow curve in the dirt, and it hit plate umpire Hank Dorr in the left leg as it bounced between Yogi's legs. Ball one. Minoso leading the White Sox in RBIs with 22. One behind the Moose, who has 23. Curve outside, ball two. Ted Kluszewski on deck. Nothing pitch. Curve. High ball three. 3-0. Whitey rubs up the ball. Gets a little rosin. Nothing to count. Pitch is low, ball four. Second walk given up by Ford on 4 straight pitches, and here's big Ted Kluszewski. Kluszewski homered off Ford in the third inning with Aparicio on base for the 2 runs the White Sox have, and it was Kluszewski's first homer of the year. Big left-hand hitter standing right on top of home plate. He steps in the bucket, sort of pulls away from every pitch. There's a line drive deep to the right field, and foul in the right field corner. It would not have been a home run as it hit the base of the wall, but it wasn't fouled by much. There's not room, or too much room, between the foul line and the last box seat deep in the right field corner. As Whitey Ford came in with a sidearm fastball, and Kluszewski rifled a foul ball deep in the right field corner. Strike one. At first, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Skowron holds the bag against Minnie. Pitch to Kluszewski is strike 2. Klusz took that fastball just above the knees. Nothing and 2 the count. Here's the stretch. Pitch to strike 3 call as Kluszewski takes a fastball right down the middle. Whitey gets his second strikeout of the night, and here's Sherm Lollar, who bounced to third and struck out. Dick Donovan is pitching for the White Sox tomorrow. Minoso leading off first, the stretch by 4. Pitch is low for a ball. Minoso's got a pretty good lead down there, but he still has to watch it because of Whitey's good pickoff move. Minnie has 2 stolen bases on the year. Here's the stretch. The pitch, there goes Minoso. The ball is swung and it missed. The throw to second. Not in time. Minoso steals the base. As he went in head first, And with the ground wet, he slid right by second with his body, and his feet stayed on the bag. Boy, I tell you, he hit that wet turf, but he steals the bag. That's his third stolen base of the year, and it's unusual when you see somebody steal a base against Ford, but he got a good jump there. Lollar swung and missed the pitch. 1-1 the count. Richardson dropped Yogi's throw, but Minoso was on the bag before the ball got to Richardson. 1-1 the count. All right, here's a stretch by Ford. The pitch low outside, ball 2. 2-1. On deck, Al Smith. Stretches. Low curve outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Curve hit right at Kubek. Nice play. No chance to get Minoso, who dives back head first. A line drive that Kubek had to reach out for and catch one-handed. 2 out, and here's Al Smith. Smitty singled the right field in the second inning and singled the center in the fourth. White Sox scored their 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning when Aparicio reached on an error by Kubek and scored on a 2-out home run by Ted Kluszewski. Yankees scored their 1 run in the top of the third. Pitch to Smith. Strike call. Bob Cerv drove in the Yankee run. Got his second base hit of the ball game in the third inning. Drove in Whitey Ford, who had walked. 2 out. White Sox lead 2-1. The bottom of the 6th. Minoso at second. 1 strike on Smith. Fastball is low. Ball 1-1. Here's a stretch by Whitey. He threw to second base, but Minoso's back in plenty of time. One the count on Smith. Jim Landis in the on-deck circle. 1-1 pitch is popped in the air. Richardson moving back at second base. Under it, and makes the catch. That's all for the White Sox threat here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs. No hits. No Yankee errors. 1 man left, and the score at the end of 6th full innings. The White Sox 2, and the Yankees 1. Well, the Yankees play the White Sox here tomorrow afternoon. Then go to Kansas City and Detroit. Then they head home for an important late May, early June homestand. It opens next Thursday night, May 26th, with the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles against the Yankees next Thursday night, May 26th, followed by an afternoon game on Friday the 27th. And then the Washington Senators move in for a holiday weekend series, opening with the season's only Saturday night, ladies' night game. That's Saturday night, May the 28th. And it's followed by an afternoon game on Sunday the 29th, and the season's first doubleheader on Monday, Memorial Day, May the 30th. Don't forget, you'll see Bob Lemon, Bob Allison, and Harmon Killebrew. Quick look at the scoreboard in the American League. Cleveland shut out Boston 2-0. Washington and Kansas City postponed rain. Baltimore 3, the Tigers 1 at the end of 6.5. The National League, the Phillies 3, the Dodgers nothing at the end of 5. Cardinals 1, Cincinnati nothing at the end of 2.5. Chicago nothing, Milwaukee nothing. It's finally stopped raining up there. And they're playing the 11th inning at Pittsburgh, all tied up. Giants 3, the Pirates 3. And here at Comiskey Park, we have a pinch hitter for Whitey Ford, Kent Hadley. A left-hand hitting first baseman, pinch hitting for Whitey Ford. So Whitey's still looking for that first complete game of the year. It was not his fault entirely, that is, that he's behind 2-1 right now. An error led 2 unearned runs score in the third inning. All right, the first pitch to Hadley is low outside, ball 1.
1450 on the radio dial is WOKO, Albany, New York, 11 o'clock.
Pitch to Hadley, outside, ball 2, 2-0. Balls, no strike. The pitch is swung at and missed, strike 1. Hadley trying to loosen up down there at the plate. Stretching his back muscles, reaches down for some dirt. Pounds the bat on home plate. Holds it right down on the end. Big, tall left-hand hitter. Takes the curve over, strike 2 called. 2-2 the count. Nobody out and nobody on. Top of the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Wynn is one of the slowest working pitchers in the big league. Plenty of time. Now he's ready to wind up. The payoff pitch is strike 3. Swings and misses, and Hadley pounds his bat down on home plate. As Early Wynn records his 4th strikeout of the night. And it brings up Tony Kubek, who flied to right, single to left, and popped to first base. Pitch to Kubek is taken for a strike. The 1-strike delivery, curveball hit deep to left center field. Minoso digging over to his left, going back and makes the catch. As Kubek flies out to the opposite field. That's 2-away. And here's Mickey Mantle. Mick's 0 for 3 tonight. Bounced to first twice and flied to center field. 2-1, the White Sox lead, top of the 7th. Lollar walks out to the mound to talk with Wynn. Mantle talking with Hank Storr at the plate. And on deck, Bob Cerv swinging a couple of bats. Here's the windup by Wynn. The pitch to Mickey is foul over the upper deck and back a third and out of play. Way out of the ballpark. They've painted the outside of Comiskey Park, and it really looks pretty. It used to be an old, dull brown color, but now they've painted it white, and it really stands out. The 1-strike pitch. High ball 1-1. 1-1 delivery is a curve high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Here's a 2-1 delivery. It's a curve outside and high, ball 3. Ready for the 3-1 pitch to Mick. High outside, ball 4. So Mantle walks, the 4th walk given up by Early Wynn. Brings up Bob Cerv, who singled a center twice and bounced to second base. Bob has driven in the only run for the Yankees. Playing his first game since coming over from Kansas City. Swings one of the biggest bats in the big league. One of the heaviest. Mantle leads off first. The pitch to Cerv is a curve outside, ball 1. Kluszewski holds first against Mantle. The pitch is in there for a called strike. 1-1. By Wynn. Mantle with a big lead off first. The pitch is fouled back out of play. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Yogi Berra. Strikes and 2 outs. The pitch just outside. Ball 2, 2-2. Wynn trying to nip that outside corner with a fastball. Just did miss. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Mantle representing the tying run as the White Sox lead 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Got a big lead at first. And Wynn stepped off on. Nick had an extra long lead that time. Wynn doesn't want him to get in scoring position. Here's the stretch. Pitch. He checks the swing and it's ball 3. Mantle did not go. Full count, but Mickey will be off now. It's 2 away and 3-2 on Cerv. For the payoff pitch to Cerv. The stretch. The pitch, there goes Mantle. The ball is swung at and missed. Strike 3. As he curved Bob Cerv on a 3-2 pitch. 5 strikeouts for Wynn. For the Yankees in the top of the 7th. No runs. No hits. No White Sox errors. 1 man left. The score at the end of 6.5 innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
Now let's listen to what Atlantic has to say about a really thorough lubrication.
The sound of a lubrication gun. And that's battery terminals being sprayed against corrosion. Sounds like floor mats and upholstery being swept clean. What's going on? and Atlantic Safety Service lubrication is going on. And most of the sounds you hear are extra services, bonus features from your Atlantic dealer. Like emptying crammed ashtrays, for instance, or lubricating sticky door latches, or checking tires for pressure as well as cuts and bruises. It all starts with a thorough lubrication based on the latest specifications for your car, and then keeps right on going with extra bonus features. Ask for it by name. Atlantic Safety Service Lubrication.
Now we're set for the bottom of the seventh until Rizzuto.
Please loosening up. We'll pause for station identification.
You are tuned to 1460 on the radio dial. WOKO, Albany, New York. 10 and 1/2 minutes after 10. After 11, excuse me.
Whitey Ford worked a total of 6 innings, which he gave up just 4 base hits, walked 2, struck out 2, and allowed 2 runs. But they were not earned runs. Because of an error, it would have been 3 out, and Kluszewski would not have come to bat, and Klu hit that home run in the bottom of the 3rd. That's the margin of the lead right now. Duran is in his 7th ball game, all in relief. Pitched a total of 11 innings, has given up 5 hits. He's won 1 and lost 1. They've scored 4 runs off Ryan Duran, all of them earned. He's given up 1 homer, 8 base on balls, and 13 strikeouts. 6'1", 195 pounds from San Antonio, Texas. This is his first appearance against the White Sox. He got his loss against Cleveland on May the 10th. Pitched just 1 inning, but gave up 4 hits. Remember, he gave up that 3-run homer to Jimmy Pearsall. Pearsall hit it to the opposite field. Duran will be pitching to Landis, Esposito, and Wynn here in the bottom of the 7th. Landis walks and pops to the catcher. 2-1 the White Sox lead, bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Landis is pop foul, coming back and out of play, back in the stand. So now we have 2 of the most deliberate pitches in the big league out on the mound. They work very slow. Ryan Duran and Early Wynn. Pitch, curve inside, ball 1-1-1. Big slow windup. The pitch is low inside, ball 2. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 delivery. In there for a call strike. 3-2 the count. a capacity crowd here tonight to watch the Yankees and the White Sox in this first game of a two-game series. Same two teams meet tomorrow afternoon. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Landis walks, and it brings up Sammy Esposito. Landis has 2 stolen bases on the year. Skowron over talking with Duran. As the Yankee infield will be looking for the possible sacrifice or a possible attempt for stolen base by Landis. White Sox lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to add to their lead. Esposito, the right hand, hitting third baseman. McDougald creeping in. The stretch. The pitch is bunted down the first base line. Skowron lets it roll, and it's foul. Mooch realized he had no chance to get Landis at second, so he wisely elected to let it roll and went foul. With a big lead off first. The pitch inside, and I don't know whether it hit him. He fell down getting out of the way of that inside fastball. 1-1 the count. Esposito had squared around a bunt. I tell you, these batters really move when Duran throws close to them. Because as hard as he throws, they don't want to get hit with that ball. 1 strike. Landis at first with nobody out. Landis got a big lead. Here's a stretch. The pitch is bunted foul at the plate. Strike 2. Looks like he's raring to go down there. He had a pretty good lead that time. Yogi keeps saying this is the toughest team to catch against because of all the good base runners they have. Aparicio, Fox, Minoso, Landis, Smith, Esposito. All right, here's the stretch by Duran. The pitch is hitting the ground. Over second, Richardson to Kubek for 1. Back to first, double play. Oh, that was a pretty play to watch as Richardson went back of the bag and flipped to Kubek, whose throw to Skowron doubled Esposito. That's the second time Esposito has hit into a double play. First time it was short to second to first. This time second to short to first. And here's Early Wynn. To second, fly to right. He batted right-handed against Whitey Ford, now turns around as a switch hitter and bats left-handed against Ryan Duran. 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1. All the runs were scored in the 3rd inning. In there for a called strike. Wynn steps back to pick up some dirt and talk with plate umpire Hank Storr before stepping back into the batter's box. Big slow windup by Duran. The pitch is low, ball 1-1. Strike 2 called. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on. Checking the sign from Yogi. Pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop. Kubek to Skowron for the 3rd out. You see that Wynn hustle down that line? For the White Sox in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, and nobody left. Score at the end of 7 full innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
You know, today you can just feel that fine weather on the way. The kind of weather that makes owning a car a real pleasure. Especially a car that's serviced regularly by your Atlantic dealer. Yes, sir, dependable Atlantic service helps prevent trouble, keeps your car on the go. And Atlantic Imperial gasoline helps keep your car full of pep and ginger. It can prevent high compression engine knock at all driving speeds. How can you get the most out of your driving? Well, your Atlantic dealer has the answer. Well, we're moving down towards the clutch stages of this ball game. The White Sox, who have yet to lose at home, enjoy a thin 2-1 advantage as Early Wynn is pitching in somewhat the fashion that he pitched throughout the 1959 season. Early off to a slow start this year, had some of the critics wondering if maybe Father Time had caught up with him. But Wynn, with an assortment of breaking stuff, an occasional fastball, and a knuckleball, has kept the Yankees in check through the first 7 innings of the ball game. Moving now into the top of the 8th.
Wynn's first pitch, Yogi, is outside and high, ball 1.
Number 3, you're on ball.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Balls, no strikes on Yogi. 2-0 pitch is in there for a call strike. It was a curveball, and Yogi steps out of the box to talk with Storr and then look in the Yankee dugout. He was not happy with that call. Bends down to get some dirt. Now he steps back in the box ready to go. Pitch is popped in the air and back of the plate. Lollar coming back near the screen, and the ball hits on the screen. 2-2 on Yogi. Yogi picks up the mask, wipes off the dirt, and hands it back to Lollar. Catcher's got to stick together. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Top of the 8th. White Sox 2, Yankees 1. White Sox have yet to lose here at Comiskey Park this year. Pitch to Yogi is high outside, ball 3. Payoff pitch to Yogi. Outside, ball 4. Berra opens the top of the 8th with a walk, the 5th given up by Early Wynn. And it brings up Bill Skowron. Moose walk, bounce to second, pop to short. All of Skowron's buddies are at the game. Moose is a local boy from Chicago. Nellie Fox had run in from second to talk with Wynn, now hustles back to his position. Kluszewski holding first against Yogi. 2-1 the White Sox lead, top of the 8th. Pitch to Skowron is hit deep to right field. It's curving and goes foul deep in the right field corner. Moose walked up on that curveball. One strike on Skowron. As Moose walks back to the plate, he checks Frank Crissetti's signals. Crow coaching down at third. Ralph Hawkins at first. Here's a stretch by Early Wynn. Pitch to Skowron is outside. Ball one among. Strike and nobody out. Yogi leading off first base. 1-1 pitch high inside. Skowron moves back out of the way. 2-1 the count. Now the stretch by Wynn. Pitch to Skowron is hit on the ground to third. Esposito goes to second in time to get Yogi. Yogi tried to slide into second, but kind of got stuck in the mud and rolled over the bag. A forced play, as Esposito made a nice play on a slow hit ball, firing to Fox to get Yogi, the lead man. They wanted to keep the tying run off second base, so it's one out. Skowron at first. Here's Roger Maris. Maris has struck out twice and hit back to the box. 0 for 3. Yankees have 6 base hits. Kubek has 1, Cerv 2, McDougald 2, and Richardson 1. Gil McDougald on deck. The pitch to Maris is in there for a false strike. Strike on Roger Maris. Kluszewski now moves in back of the bag at first base, not holding Skowron too close. Wynn set. Pitch to Maris is strike 2 as he swings and misses. Casey Stengel rubbing his hands together, has his warm-up jacket on, standing on the steps of the Yankee dugout in back of first base. Two-strike pitch. Ground ball to second base. Fox to Aparicio for 1. Back to first. And the throw pulls Kluszewski off the bag as Aparicio hurried his throw. It's a forced play from second to short. And they had time to get Maris, but Aparicio's throw pulled Kluszewski way off the bag. And Klu, as a matter of fact, made a nice stop, keeping that ball from going into the seats and back of first. So Skowron is out. Maris safe, and here's Gil McDougald.
1460 on the radio dial, WOKO, Albany, New York, 1130.
This is the top of the 8th. The Yankees trail 2-1. 2 men are out. McDougald the batter, Richardson on deck. Maris leading off first base. Pitch to Gil is top foul down the right field line, strike 1. Pitch is outside and low ball one. 1-1. The count. Pitch is a curve, low outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Maris leads off first base. Pretty good lead. The pitch is hit on the ground at third, foul. Picked up by Frank Fassetti in the coach's box. Two and two on Gil, 2 outs. 2-1 the White Sox lead. Top of the 8th. By Wynn. The pitch is foul tip and off the glove of Sherm Lollar. And Hank Storr wants the ball basket to pop out of the ground, and up it comes. Grabs a couple of handfuls of balls and slowly sinks back into the ground. A real tricky ball park now. They press a button and air comes up out of home plate, cleans off the plate. Press another button and up comes this basket of balls to the umpire. All right, again the stretch. The pitch, outside, ball 3. Full count on McDougald. 3 and 2. So with 2 out, Maris will be off with the pitch. Here's the stretch. The pitch is strike 3. As McDougald strikes out for the 3rd out here in the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no White Sox errors, 1 man left. Score at the end of 7.5 innings. The White Sox 2 and the Yankees 1.
Say, do you know how many miles your car has covered since its last lubrication? Well, you better check on this right soon. And if it's much over 1,000, it's time to stop by your Atlantic dealers for a safety service lubrication. Now with special bonus back point, according to factory specifications for your car. But your Atlantic dealer uses more than a lube gun on your car. His safety service lubrication includes many important bonus values, such as checking the battery and cleaning and spraying the battery terminals to prevent corrosion. He also sweeps the floor, cleans the seats and instrument panel, why, he even empties the ashtrays. All part of his thorough job. Better stop by your Atlantic dealer soon for a safety service lubrication now with special bonus values.
Just got the official paid attendance tonight. 40,970 fans here at Comiskey Park to watch the Yankees and the White Sox. The top of the White Sox batting order. Aparicio, Fox, and Minoso will be facing Ryan Duran here in the bottom of the 8th with the White Sox leading 2-1. Taking a look ahead in the top of the 9th, the Yankees will have Richardson leading off. Then Duran turn the bat. They'll have a pinch hitter. And then Tony Kubek. Aparicio 0 for 3 tonight. Popped to second, reached on an error, and flied to left. Before checking the sign from Berra, yells at McDougald to move in a little bit at third. First pitch to Louie is in there for a called strike. In short right field. Aparicio's on with a single. Moose made a good try for that one, but just couldn't hold it. The fifth White Sox hit of the night. And here's Nellie Fox, who's 0 for 3. Bounced to short, line to short, and bounced to first. So the Yankee infield now are definitely looking for something to happen with the fastest, well, I won't say the fastest runner in the American League, but the best base stealer in the American League, Aparicio at first. And Nellie Fox, one of the finest bunters in the big leagues, and yet a guy who can hit the ball any place. McDougald is way in at third. I mean way in. Skowron is holding first against Aparicio, ready to charge in. Kubek playing near second base, and Richardson ready to break to first if he sees Fox about to bunt the ball. Nobody out in the bottom of the eighth. The fans yelling for Aparicio to steal. Here's a stretch by Duran. McDougald way in. Oh, man, is he in? There goes Aparicio. The ball is taken. The throw to second, not even close. Yogi didn't have a chance in the world to get Aparicio, who had slid into second base before Yogi's throw had even gotten down there. His seventh stolen base of the year. Again, the Yankees have to be on the alert for a possible sacrifice. That was a ball to Fox. Here's a stretch. The pitch is high outside, ball 2, 2-0. That's the second stolen base for the White Sox tonight. Minoso stole in the sixth. Aparicio here in the eighth. Yogi has said time and time again that Aparicio is the toughest man to throw out. Doesn't seem to get too big a lead, but what a jump he gets. He's going at full speed right from the go. Here's the stretch. The pitch is low, ball 3. 3-0. White Sox leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the eighth. They got a runner at second and nobody out. There's the stretch. The 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Gets a base on balls. Second given up by Duran, and here's Minnie Minoso, who singled, hit to the box, and walked. At first, Aparicio at second. Minoso the batter. Nobody out. Pitch to Minnie is low outside, ball 1. Boy, I tell you, there's 3 of the fastest men in the league right there. Aparicio, Fox, and Minoso. And Skowron's in at first. McDougald's in at third. And they've got to look for just about anything. They could try a double steal or a possible sacrifice. Even the hit and run, that's been pulled with runners at first and second. Here's a stretch. The pitch, and it hits Minoso right in the back. And the bases are loaded. Minnie Minoso was hit right in the middle of the back, but he dropped the bat and ran down to first base. Fox goes to second. Aparicio to third. There's nobody out, and the batter, Ted Kluszewski. Kluszewski has driven in the 2 White Sox runs with a homer in the 3rd inning. He flied to left and was called out on strike. So now the Yankee infield playing in. They got to cut off the run at the plate if they can. They can't afford to give up another run. Here's the windup. The pitch is low, ball 1. Casey Stengel moves the infield back in double play depth. The pitch to Clue is line to left field. Cerv coming on. It's a base hit. Aparicio scores. Here comes Fox. And they got Minoso in a rundown between 2nd and 3rd. And Kubek tags him out. But Kluszewski drives in 2 more runs with a single to left field and gives Kluszewski 4 runs batted in on the night. Driving in Aparicio and Fox. Minoso is retired on Cerv's throw. The left fielder to the shortstop. For the first out, Kluszewski at first in the batter, Sherm Lollar. Sherm 0 for 3. Bounced to 3rd, struck out, line to short. Minoso thought that Cerv was going to throw home and try and get Nellie Fox. But Cerv outfoxed him and threw to 3rd, and they had Minoso hung up. The White Sox lead 4-1. Pitch to Lollar is in for a strike. Kluszewski at first base. Slow curve, high ball 1-1-1. Kluszewski doubled his RBI output. He had 4 going into tonight's game, and he's driven in 4 more tonight. That gives him 8 on the year. Here's the stretch. Curve in there, strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the bottom of the 8th. White Sox 4, Yankees 1. Pitch to Lollar. It hit him. And it hit him on the left hand. The second man that Duran has hit in this inning. He hit Minoso. He just hit Lollar. Kluszewski walking down at second base. Lollar walking to first. And here's Al Smith. Smith, single to right, single to center, pops to second base. 1 out. Smith is in there for a strike. The pitch to Smith is low, ball 1-1-1. Ted Kluszewski down at second base. Sherman Lollar is at first, 1 away. and the pitch is foul at the plate. Strikes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch by Duran. Pitch low outside, 2-2. White Sox fans having a ball tonight. Two and two on Smith. Duran with a big stretch over his head. Pitch. A foul back in the upper deck out of play. Count holds it 2-2. In the bottom of the 8th. Pitch, and inside Smith has to duck back out of the way. 3-2 the count. Full count. Is called. Smith adds the time at the plate. Now he steps back in, ready to go. Here's a stretch by Duran. The payoff pitch is strike 3. A swing and a miss, a high fastball. Duran gets his first strikeout of the ball game. Brings up Jim Landis, who walked twice and fouled out to the catcher. So now it's 2 outs. Kluszewski remains at second, Lollar at first. 2 runs are in. The White Sox lead 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Elston Howard and Hector Lopez are taking their warm-up jackets off. Looks like they might pinch hit next inning for the Yankees. Both going to the bat rack to select the bat. Stretch, and the pitch is strike 1, a swing and a miss. And they were paying no attention to Kluszewski, and Big Klue had a real big lead at second base. He could have stolen third easily if he had wanted to that time. Here's a stretch by Duran. Pitch outside. 1-1. Before, the White Sox had their 3 fastest men on base, Aparicio, Fox, and Minoso. Now they got their 2 slowest men, Kluszewski and Lollar. Curve inside. Ball 2, 2-1. As Yogi shakes his head back and forth. Puts the ball back to Duran. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. 4-1 the White Sox lead in the bottom of the 8th. And Landis hits the dirt. The ball is thrown right in back of him. 3-1 the count. Ryan Duran is way off the beam tonight. His radar has gone a little awry somewhere along the way. He's hit 2 men in this inning, walked another. Giving up 2 base hits. 3-1 the count. Pitch. Inside, ball 4. Landis walks for the 3rd time tonight. And the bases are loaded. The batter, Sammy Esposito, and here comes Casey Stengel out of the Yankee dugout. And it looks like that might be all for Mr. Duran tonight. Ryan really having an off night. And Casey's calling for somebody out of the Yankee bullpen. That's all for Duran. He really had a rough inning. Duran has pitched just 1 2/3 innings. He's given up 2 base hits. He's walked 3. He's hit 2 batters, struck out 1, and has allowed 2 runs so far. But the bases are loaded. Kluszewski's at 3rd, Lollar at 2nd, Landis at 1st. And as the relief pitcher is walking in from the bullpen, the organist strikes up, going to wash that man right out of my hair. Meaning Ryan Duran, of course. Looks like Johnny James coming in for the Yankees. James will be facing Sammy Esposito.
Number 53, John James.
Esposito is 0 for 3, and he's bounced to 3rd once and bounced into a double play twice. So Duran leads. Just a reminder that the Yankees will be meeting the Red Sox early in June. They play a weekend set at the stadium, and of course you'll see Ted Williams, Pete Runnels, Frank Malzone, Vic Wirth. They'll all be in to face the Stengel men on Friday night, June the 3rd. A Ladies' Day game on Saturday the 4th, and a wind-up bargain doubleheader on Sunday, June the 5th. All right, here's Sammy Esposito batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, the White Sox lead 4-1. Johnny James into the windup. The pitch to Esposito is high, ball 1. Well, what a tough job this relief pitching is. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Strike call. 2-1 the count. Johnny James swings into the windup. Pitch is low, ball 3. 3-1. The pitch is low, ball 4. And a run is forced across the plate as Kluszewski comes on to score. White Sox now lead 5-1. Lollar moves to 3rd, Landis to 2nd, Esposito to 1st, and the batter due to come up, Early Wynn. And boy, he's been sitting around for a long, long time. Wynn is the 9th man to bat in the inning. Luis Aparicio, who started off this inning with a single, is on deck. First pitch to Wynn is low inside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. 1-1. Bases still loaded. 2 men out. 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the 8th. White Sox lead 5-1. Pitch is foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pirates beat the Giants 5-4. The pitch is high. Ball 2, 2-2. And there's the final score as Detroit came up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat Baltimore 4-3. Morgan in relief, the winner. Pappas in relief, the loser. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Tried to check his swing, but he went around. So for the White Sox in the bottom of the 8th, 3 big runs on just 2 base hits, no Yankee errors, and 3 men left. The score at the end of 8 full innings, the White Sox have 5 runs on just 6 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on base.
This is on. You are tuned to 1450 on the radio dial, WOKO, Albany, New York. 1 minute.
Hector Lopez is batting for Bobby Richardson. Bobby had hit the ball hard all night, line to left, single to right, then line to left again. The first pitch to Lopez is high, ball 1. Hector has not been in there too often for the Yankees. 6 for 32, 1 homer, 2 RBIs, batting 188. Ground ball hit to the right side, and Kluszewski feels it throws to Wynn. In time for the out. You should have seen that play. Ralph Houck and Lopez say that Wynn did not touch first base, but John Flaherty said he did. The ball was hit slowly off the end of the bat. Wynn started for it, then went to first base. Kluszewski started to first base, had to pick up the ball, turned completely around, and flipped to Wynn. And Wynn dragged his foot across the bag, but Ralph Houck insists that he didn't touch the bag. That's 1 away, and here's Elston Howard batting for Johnny James. Howard batting .253, 3 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, and 21 runs batted in. Here's a tough man to keep on the bench. Well, what are you going to do when you got all that power and Yogi Berra around to do the catching? The pitch to Howard is swung at and missed, strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. White Sox 5, Yankees 1, top of the 9th. Outside and low, ball 1, 1-1. Pitch is hit deep to right center field and in there for a base hit, fielded by Al Smith. And Howard pinch hits a single to right center field, and that's the 7th hit. Given up by Early Wynn. The Yankees are out hitting the White Sox 7-6. But the White Sox have the 2 big innings. Tony Kubek, who is 1 for 4, fly to right, single to left, top to first, and fly to left. Cletus Boyer running for Elston Howard at first base. 1 out, top of the 9th. Pitch is line to left field. Minoso moving back to his right under it and makes the catch. That's 2 away, and it brings up Mickey Mantle. Mickey bounced to first twice, fly to center, and walk. 2 men are out. out in the top of the ninth. The White Sox lead 5-1. Wynn's first pitch to Mickey is fouled and coming back out of play. Lollar's chasing it, but it's coming back into the stands. Here's the pitch. A drive to deep right center field. And it's in the seats for a home run for Mickey Mantle on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. So you can see how important those 3 runs were for the White Sox in the bottom of the 8th. Mantle hits a long homer to deep right center field. And it's now a 5-3 ball game. For Mickey, his 4th homer of the year gives him RBIs number 12 and 13. The White Sox added those insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th. And here's Bob Cerv, who was singled twice, bounced to second, and struck out. The pitch to Cerv. Curve outside, ball 1. Well, Wynn doesn't want Cerv to get on base, that's for sure, because then Yogi would come up and he would represent the tying run. The 1-0 pitch is hit through the middle out to center field for a base hit. And here comes Al Lopez. That's all for Early Wynn. As Cerv gets his 3rd base hit of the ball game, and all of them to center field. That's hit number 9 for the Yankees. And I believe that's all for Mr. Wynn, and they want, it looks like Jerry Staley, at least he gave the sinker ball sign to the bullpen, and that's all for Early Wynn. So Wynn leaves the mound. He has pitched 8 2/3 innings. Given up 9 hits, walked 5, struck out 6, has allowed 3 runs so far.
For the White Sox, number 21, Jerry Staley.
And Jerry Staley is coming on. Staley was the fellow who came in and put out the fire at Yankee Stadium when the Yankees were threatening to bust the game wide open. We have another final score. The Cardinals defeated Cincinnati 6-1. Jackson went all the way to the winner. O'Toole, who started the loser. Staley will be pitching to Berra. Yogi steps into the batter's box. 2 men are out. The White Sox lead 5-3. Staley is 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. Last year he won 8 and lost 5, had a 2.25 earned run average. Here's the stretch by Staley. Suzuki not holding serve on. The pitch to Yogi is a strike on the outside corner. Here's the stretch by Staley. The pitch is a base hit to right field. Bob Cerv holds up at second. Yogi is on at first with a single. And that brings up Bill Skowron, and here comes Al Lopez out of the White Sox dugout. Lopez is coming out to the mound. And that's all for Staley. Staley pitched to just one man. And he's out of there. He gives up a hit to Yogi. With Cerv at second and Berra at first, we're going to have another pitcher. Boy, this has been a very unusual ball game. Bill Skowron talking with Hank Storr in back of home plate. Crissetti at third, talking with the third base umpire, Ed Hurley. And Kurt Lown is coming on. Never can tell in a ball game. Yankees were not able to do much with Wynn, although they had him on the ropes a couple of times. They scored once in the third, but then all of a sudden in the ninth, Howard pinch hits a single. Mantle hits a homer. Cerv singles and Berra singles, and here's Skowron batting with 2 outs. And the top of the ninth, runners at first and second, and the Yankees trailing 5-3. The pitch to Skowron. He swings and misses, strike one. One after a curveball. They know that Skowron likes to swing at the first pitch. Pitch is low, ball 1-1-1. Skowron, 2 outs. Cerv leads off second. Yogi off first. Pitch is low outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Here's the stretch. Pitch is fouled at the plate. Strike 2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on, 2 runs in. The Yankees need 2 to tie here in the top of the ninth. Stretch, the pitch is strike 3, swinging. The ball game is over for the Yankees in the top of the ninth. 2 runs on 4 base hits. No White Sox errors, 2 men left, and the White Sox win it 5-3.